Okay, hello everyone. I'm going to start off by asking you guys a question. So how many of you guys listen to rap or hip hop music? Alright. And if all of you guys, do you guys think that listening to that type of music makes you guys think of a more violent way, have a violent behavior? So if you do, raise your hand. Okay. So today my proposition is that rap and hip hop music influences violent behavior. To support my proposition, my two supporting claims are going to be that lyrics used by artists are used in a way to degrade women, and that also by listening to rap music, one becomes more accepting of violent acts, use of alcohol, and substances. I'm going to start off with my first point. Lyrics used by artists are used to degrade women. In a study by Ronald Weitzer and Karis E. Kubrin from the George Washington University in Washington, D.C., they studied 403 songs that had women mentioned in them. And of those 403 songs, 67 of them had concluded that they were sexual objectifications in the lyrics of their songs. And by sexual objectification, they mean by like women are simply used for sex and sexual acts. Another study that was also researched was one by they found that male sexual bravado and hypersexuality were represented in 58% of the songs studied. They also mentioned that a common practice is bragging about how easy it is for a player to get women and have sex. And they also used one of the quotes from one of Tupac's songs, All About You, and that one was, "Witness me, holla at hoochie, see how quick the game takes." So a lot of lyrics like these happen all over the rap and hip hop industry. And for a third research that I found was that COF, from Western Connecticut State University, conducted its own experiment. In this experiment, 44 U.S. college students were randomly assigned to one or two groups, which either showed a video of stereotypical sexual imagery or a video with no sexual images. Those who watched the music video containing sexual imagery were more degrading of women afterwards, particularly in sexual situations. And my second supporting claim was that by listening to rap music, one becomes more accepting of violent acts, use of alcohol, and substances. In a case study by Western Connecticut State University, 11 participants watched a violent music video. 11 watched a non-violent music video, while 11 didn't watch anything at all. This violent music video contained aggressive behavior, degrading words towards women, and had violent lyrics. It was found that those who watched the violent music video acted more violently afterwards when asked questions about hypothetical situations where it regarded women, family, and morals. Additionally, Gretchen Kundiv from Elon University conducted a survey from 62 participants asking questions regarding rap and domestic violence. Over half of the survey respondents expressed that exposure to popular rap, hip-hop songs moderately or significantly shaped audiences' attitudes towards the issue of domestic violence. And also, a survey conducted of Meng Jing Chen, Brenda A. Miller, Joel W. Grube, and Elizabeth D. Waiters. They analyzed the relationship with music and the substance use and alcohol and substances use. It found that listening to rap music was significantly and positively associated with alcohol use, problematic alcohol use, illicit drug use, and aggressive behaviors, when all other variables were controlled. That is, by seeing or hearing the glorification of alcohol and substances used through rap and hip hop, one becomes related to the subject and convinced that it's normal. And that's it. Thank you.
All right, Leslie, the propositions clearly identified. You have a good preview. The structural stuff is set up well. I do think you could give us a little bit more background on controversy. The only thing that you do is kind of that survey that you're doing at the beginning about what people in here think. And I don't know that you got a very fulfilling answer or response on those situations. There's been a lot of public debate about these over the years. There's been criticism of particular rap artists. There's been defense by those rap artists of the things that they're arguing about. So a little bit more about the kind of culture wars that go on in regard to this, I think would justify your argument a little bit more. The secondary points are labeled pretty clearly. The notion that the lyrics are degrading to women, we need to also have some information that says that that degradation somehow has an impact on the culture or society. I don't think it's that hard to prove that a lot of rap lyrics have degrading references to women and the objectification that you talk about. You've got a study that you cite early on that I think is pretty straightforward. If you wanted to get people on your side, you could probably give us a couple of examples of rap lyrics that do exactly that sort of thing and show us how explicit, vile, and degrading they are. Here's an example of something, and here's the closest you come is you got the Tupac quote, and that's about as far as it goes. And I would assume that there's probably a lot more on that. Now, the notion that lyrics in the songs are degrading, does that have a consequence to people? Because you do, on the second point, suggest that people act on behalf, when they perceive violence differently, that it affects their actions and behaviors. You've got one little piece of information that suggests that it does kind of alter people's perception of women. That's the thing that needed to be expanded the most on that particular argument, because I think you're on the trail of getting to that particular point, but as soon as you hit it, it's like, well, I've gone far enough. And I think there's more hill to climb, and you need to kind of get over that hump. The transition to the second point was relatively clear, although I think it could be a little bit smoother. The thing that I think works best for you is the fact that you have a lot of academic research that you're citing. You give us the sources for the most part. They sound like they're qualified based on the universities that they work for. Sometimes we don't know, we just get the names, we don't know what the people's position are, but the affiliation with the colleges and universities seems to suggest that they are in fact academics of some type. So I think that helps a little bit build the credibility for your argument. And you did a good job. Every time there was a study, you kind of described a little bit of the study and described what the study concluded. Sometimes the description of the study is not nearly as important. Sometimes it is important. Like I said, I think probably you're missing an extra piece of evidence here or there that would help complete the cycle, make the argument a little bit more fulfilling. All right. Thank you.